Don't ever give up, my son.
Father? I just had a shower.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to address all this awesomeness that has happened pre-stream with lots of subs and gift subs and things of that nature. But first things first, what we are going to do is get right into Jet rules. Jet was an early bird today, and I am so grateful, Jet, that you are kicking us off. Welcome, everybody. Happy Dad's Day to all your dads, all of you dads who are dads. Dads in the past, dads in the present, future dads. It's dads. I don't think Jet is a dad, but I do know Jet's dad. Put it over there for, man, I just had a shower. Ariel 001, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. When I should just be leaving it this whole time for this stream on...
You're becoming more like your father.
Where do you think you're going?
There we go. There we go. My gosh. Okay, I want to take I do want to take a short break before. Narthex stream is the DMZ. What's DMZ? Is everything working okay? My screen I don't know if I put my screen down too far when I was getting in and out, and I went into my locked screen mode, and I was like, uh-oh. So I got back on. Everything's working okay so far. Audio and video seem to be in sync enough. Demilitarize zone. Thank you. Desi, it's great to see you. Jamma, thank you for that. Tea time's here. Everybody's helping out, and this is just absolutely perfect. Now, speaking of absolutely perfect, Andy resubscribed for 15 whole dang months. Technically on holiday, but I couldn't resist sending in a video game dad song, even if I fall asleep before I hear it. Andy, I hope we can get to it before you fall asleep. And then Amanda Pants with the 5 months.
Father?
Is that you? And then Seppi with the 5 whole subs. 5 gift subs. And, I mean, as we know...
5 is right out.
Seppi, my goodness. My goodness. And Vigo and Mokoi all both bringing a raid. And we got a golden hype train... Thank you, everybody. My goodness. Look at Tony. Tony's skipping the line. We're going to do it. We're doing it right now, dude. My goodness. Great to see you, bud. Welcome, everybody. Blackwood. It's all squall in here. Thanks for the kind words, squall. Bunch of cuties up in here is what I'm saying. It's what I am saying. Tony is a line skipper. Let's get right to it, and then we're going to hit Dr. Steal Your Face. We're going to hit him. And then we're going to play Shadows and Andes. Let's keep going so we can get to Andes. Let's go. Tony, skipping the line. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks for all of the absolute just generosity so far. Enough of that. I love you guys. Tony, thanks for skipping the line, bud. Speaking of dads... gosh, celebrating James Bond on Dad's Day. I mean, he's, I think, a father of about 1,400. Bond, James Bond. Turtle Wax is here. Speaking of dads. What up, Turtle? My good. That number seems about right, yeah. Look at this. Vigo got in, and Vigo, I hope you heard that I'm bumping you, sir. Young man. We got Turtle in there. Look at this. Taters, Mokoi. I want to hit Mokoi, too, after Vigo. I'm sorry, mods. I want to do the Raiders right in a row. The Los Angeles Raiders, I guess the Vegas Raiders now, right? Ugh. Ooh. He is Vigo. Tony, thank you for skipping the line and getting that into our lives earlier. You know I love that stuff. You know I love that stuff. Vigo. Let's play a little bit of this next one. Took too long. Vigo, I absolutely loved that, dude. Holy cow. Thank you so much for bringing the raid. Killer drumming earlier today. I was only able to stick around for the first set, and then I had to go do dad things on Dad's Day. So thank you so much for laying down another monster set, as you are wont to do. My goodness. Look at all of these lovelies in here. Red-haired chick's here. What's up, red-haired chick? Pants, it's so nice to see you. My gosh, happy birthday. Elsa, have some drums about it. Happy birthday, Elsa. My goodness. Seppi, thank you so much for being here as well. It's Dad's Day. It's a Sunday night. Thanks for being here, y'all. Mokoi, thanks for being here, y'all. Thanks for bringing your crew as well. Look at this. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know if this was going to be like an attended stream at all. If it would just be like 4 dads in here. Which there might only be 4 dads in here still, but that's okay. Everyone else is here, and I am just absolutely elated. So thank you, everybody. Grateful Dad. Yeah, there we go. There you go, Jamma. The socks are my favorite. How high the socks go up. It's very good. It's very good. Start of 7-day stream. My gosh, I would absolutely adore that. I would probably need about a $5,000 donation, and then I can do 7 days in a row. 7 12-hour days? What would that even be? Or is it just constant? Regardless. Mokoi, thanks for being here. Vigo, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here.
Where do you think you're going?
my goodness. What a treat. Mokoi, thank you so much. Chevy Daddy. Happy Dad's Day, Daddy. Chevy Daddy, if you've got a video game song you'd like me to play, find a video game song that you'd like me to play on YouTube and give it the old request. Thanks so much for the follow. I typically don't do this on Sundays, so it's really nice to see some new folks coming in. So, my goodness. My goodness. Oh, Ned got one in? Look at that. We just keep bumping everybody down. Jet, you got in just in time. Holy smokes. What a treat. All right, we're going to keep it going. Mokoi, thank you so much. And thank you so much for bringing River City Girls. I love every single one from that. Thank you. I love it. And Chevy Daddy, if as a first timer, you would get bumped straight to the top of the list. But however, Ned is here, and
Father?
It is great to see you. Father, what in the heck? Father? What in the heck do you have for us on this Father's Day? Look at that. We'll check it out in a bit, Chevy. Thank you so much, dude. Whoa.
Look around me. I can see my life before me, running rings around the way it used to be. I am older now. I have more than what I wanted, but I wish that I had started long before I did. And there's so much time to make up everywhere you turn. Time we have wasted on the way. So much more than moving underneath the bridge. Let the water come and carry us away. Oh, when you were young, did you question all the answers? Did you envy all the dancers who had all the nerve? Look around you now. You must go for what you wanted. Look at all my friends who did and got what they deserve. So much time to make up everywhere you turn. Time we have wasted on the way. So much more than moving underneath the bridge. Let the water come and carry us away. So much love to make up everywhere you turn. Love we have wasted on the way. So much more than moving underneath the bridge. Let the water come and carry us away. Let the water come and carry us
An explosion there at the end. My goodness. Pants. Come on. Yes, you absolutely need to listen to CSN. Just listen to all of their stuff. If you've definitely heard some of their songs. 100%. You just may not have known it was them. You absolutely know. Ned, thank you so much for that. What an absolute treat. Wasted along the way. or on the way, rather, Lemon. Lemon, thank you so much for the follow. We do video game music in here. That was not a video game song, but you got to do some special stuff, or be one of my parents, and particularly my dad on this case, to get a non-VGM song. But we've got a first time. Speaking of first timers, so Lemon, please get a request. Find a video game song you'd like me to play, and let's do it. Chevy Daddy, or is it Chevy? Is it Chevy Chase or Chevy like the company? Regardless, we're going Chevy Daddy on Daddy's Day. First timers are the best timers, getting bumped straight to the top. Ned, I love you. Thank you so much for that. What a treat. Sure did, Mocoy. You Raiders, you gotta know, I do that. I try to keep it at least somewhat consistent, somewhat. My goodness, Chevy, the heartbeat of America. Thank you so much. Mocoy, we got a where do you think you were going on it even, so, check it out on them VODs shortly after this. Sorry for the mix-up. If Raiders don't want me to do that, just say so. It's just always fun when people come in and it's like, well, people might be excited to see their pick, so let's get their pick so that the people who came in with them can be like, oh, he's playing this person's pick. That's who we came in with.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Pipe down, Peppy. See, like right now, Mr. Bagelbite here with a raid. And I'll tell you what, I am getting awfully hungry.
Pizza! in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Pizza Bagel Bites. Bite-sized pizzas on wholesome little bagels.
Pizza during prime time, anytime's the right time. Pizza going down is so fine.
So fine, so fine, so fine.
When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
And any other time, try Cheese Bites, Dynabites, and Hot Bites.
Some like it soup. Thank you for the follow. Mr. Bagel Bite, thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, my name is Narthex. I play video game music. We have had a lot of good shenanigans happening tonight. I'm going to get to Dr. Steal Your Face's pick right now. Bagel Bite, thank you so much for the raid. Get a pick in, and I was just saying that when I like to, if I can, I like to 86 Driver, thank you so much for the follow. And for the kind words. All of you new people. Food raid. 9 months. Thanks so much, dude. My goodness. Anybody who came in with Mr. Bagel Bite, find a video game song, and if you're a first timer, you'll get bumped straight to the top of the list. So, and we've had a lot of people bumping other people off so far. So, why don't we just keep that streak going? Why not? It's a Sunday. We never stream on Sundays, but we're doing it today. We're doing it with Doc. My goodness. Chevy, thank you for an all-timer pick. First-timers keeping the streak alive of nothing but bangers. Doctor? Well? I almost opened with this, Doc.
Father?
reminder to get out your extra stick, Gnar. Boy, I wasn't prepared for that. Even though I said I was possibly going to open with it, I was not. And I, just played that song. I played that song on my 5-year stream anniversary because that was my number 2 game on my top 50 indie games countdown. Try, I'm so glad that you are here and playing that game now because I don't know if you just heard, but it's number 2 on my top 50 countdown. Try, thank you so much for the Prime, dude.
Father?
My goodness. Thank you so much. You only get one of those, and I appreciate you using it here. Doctor, thank you for keeping that party going. Everybody, thank you for sticking around through what is definitely a long, long song. Hollywood's here. Everybody mind your manners. Just enough. Oh my gosh. Oh, awesome, Try. That's so cool. Happy to hear that. My goodness. Hollywood, thank you so much for... did that say 35? It's almost a whole year. Unbelievable. I cannot believe we haven't scared everyone off, as Jamma's channel likes to say. And we got Shadow and Andy. I'm guessing we didn't get to Andy in time, but that's okay. We got Shadow, Andy, and Randy, and then Jamma and Zanya Adams. Come on, let's go. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Thanks, everybody, for being rad as heck, and I love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Let us go. Shadow! Bada-bida-bida-bida-ba-boo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ho, ho.
Father? 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 I want a little more of it.
at least I want a little more of it. Randy, thank you for the gift. That line is just... The sustain at the end is such a nice touch. Oh man, I freaking love that. So cool, man. And yes, we did have it. We did have it last week, right? I can't remember who. I probably missed it in the chat, but I don't remember who brought it. I just hearing that again, I was just like, yes. Thank you so much, Shadow. Thank you for bringing that. You didn't know you were bringing it back, but I'm glad that you did because that soundtrack is just freaking great. I love it. Beat is here. Randy, thank you so much for the gift sub to Beat, and thank you so much, Beat, for being here. We're going to keep this moving for a little bit. My gosh. Shadow, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. We got Andy, Randy, and Pajama. Let's move for a little bit. And there's going to be probably some shenanigans later of some kind. So, Andy, let's... If it's like this the whole time, so...
becoming more like your father.
There's that little like crystal-y part in there that sounds like. Oh, what song is that? Oh, it's from some kind of RPG thing. Oh my gosh, I freaking loved that. Andy, when you see this tomorrow on your after you've slept in on your holiday, thank you so much for that, and thank you for letting me luxuriate in a little bit of a power ballad. We love some power ballads here. Thank you everybody for being here. Andy, thanks for being rad as heck. We've got Randy next. Randy, and then Jamma. Ooh.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
Thank you, Randy. Man. What a tune. What a tune.
Jeroen the metronome. You can play the piano by that heartbeat of his.
Or if you need to play the X-Men theme. I mean, come on. How great would that have been? Gosh, I gotta get this mono thing fixed because that thing sounds way better than that. Like the mix and everything, and all of a sudden it was just like, wow, there's my drums only somehow. We got Pajama Classics up next, but my God, Black Pixel Cult, if you're not following them, Black Pixel Cult, go ahead and do that. Jamma time. Randy, thank you so much for that. My gosh. Jamma, thank you so much for this. My gosh. Thank you, everybody, for being here. My gosh. Oh. Man, I want to keep it going, Jamma. Trust me. Trust me. The Beatkeeper, what the heck is up? Thank you so much for the raid and welcome. It looks like everybody's already kind of explained what's going on here. If you've got a request, you will be bumped straight to the top of the list. And you, and if anybody in your crew who wants to get one in, is great. Otherwise, boing, we are all done with requests tonight. We made it a bit longer this evening. Only because I know there's going to be some things that might be played later. Beatkeeper, I love a fellow Beatkeeper. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the raid. Get a tune. We'll get you in. Otherwise, no more requests for everybody else. Let's do Zanya's, Adams, and maybe Ook before we take a quick break. Jamma Dur. That song. Beatkeeper already knows. It's a vibe. It is just a vibe of a song. Thank you, Jamma. Thanks for being the ding dang best. Zanya, also the ding dang best. Dang best.
Where do you think you're going?
Zanya, come on. Shush. Taters. My goodness, what an evening. What an evening of fatherliness. And Double Dragon, the beginning of that almost sounded a little bit like E1M1 from Doom. Jump.
Well, when's your next run? Thursday.
Actually, it won't be Thursday because I'll be playing a show in Milwaukee on Thursday, so I will not be playing a drum stream this week. This is the drum stream for this week, unfortunately. Fortunately, but unfortunately. I'm fortunate enough to have at least gotten one in. So bright. God. Now that light woke me up. Zanya, thank you so much for that. My goodness. We've got Adams, and then we've got Ook. And then probably a break. My goodness, what a treat. Will the feet cam be free? Feet cam for free. You know, Turtle. You know. Adams knows. Gah. Gah. Adams, thank you so much for that. That was so fun. I love that. Holy smokes. And what a pick from the Godfather? Hope you guys are still doing all right out there. Thanks so much for chilling on a Sunday night. I know it's a different time, and I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. And Adams, thank you so much for that. Like, what a cool freaking tune, man. Absolutely wild. Warehouse Combat #1. Now, well, I guess it would be Warehouse #1 Combat if it was based on Warehouse to Warehouse. Okay. We got Ook and Fev. You are going to kick off the second set. It is good to see you here, bud. My goodness. Ook, I hope you're still sticking around. Speaking of fathers, Ook. And give our best regards to Sweet Space Rose. Hope she's doing well. It has been some time. Ook, I love you, buddy. Thanks so much for being here. What do you have for us on this Dad's Day? Ook, my goodness. Thank you so much for that. My goodness. Thanks for being here, dude. Holy smokes. Whew. What was it, 54 whole months last time you subscribed or whatever it was? Just wildly great. Just wildly great. Hangs. We like hangs. Now, thank you all for being here. What a way to close out that first set. Before we go, though, I do want to say one thing. It is Father's Day, obviously, and Father's Day does not land on the same day every year. It's whatever Sunday it is. Is it the second Sunday of June? Is that what it is? Something like that? Third? Because I guess this would be the third, right? Regardless, it's the 15th. And one of the dads who's here is Randy Sandals. And for those of you who don't know, Randy Sandals is my brother. I mean, most of you know, but there's a lot of new people here, and Randy Sandals is my brother. And today, while it is Father's Day and wonderful to celebrate that, that is not on the same actual date. However, Randy and his lovely bride are celebrating their 23rd wedding anniversary today. Being shared with Father's Day. Ariel, real quick, let me address this first. Or let me get to you. Let me address... You use the sound effects only. And I appreciate that. Now, you want me... That is supposed to be applied to your song. When I get to your request, are you okay with me using sound effects only? I don't do it during other people's songs because it's like, well, they want to just hear me play the drums typically. So, if you do want me to play sound effects only over your song, I absolutely will. And if you don't, we'll give you back your points. If you thought it was going to be like all of a sudden I'm just going to sound effects. I don't remember. Yes, okay, sweet, perfect. Anyways, so, Randy, mein Bruder, and bride, 23 big ones. I almost wore my Michael Jordan jersey under this the whole time to reveal it once we got to here, be like, 23! But then I thought that would be too warm. Anyways, I was trying to think of what's a way to celebrate it. This is the closest thing I could come up with that did any justice. This is also a really, really good lore bomb. I love you guys. Randy, I love you.
Kicking T or AT&T? You make the choice. Okay, here we are.
I just had a shower.
Hope everybody had a lovely bit of a break. Fev, I am so glad that you were kicking off this set. Thanks for bearing with me on that last one, folks. That really just hit me in the feels. Video game music, guys. Oh, yes! Fev, what a way to kick it off. And absolutely. I was going to say hell yeah and absolutely, and it came out absolutely. 100%. Dr. Light Dad. Dr. Light be Dad. Fev, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for kicking us off that way. My goodness. Euphilia, keep this party going. Fun. My goodness, Euphilia, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing that. That is something that has, maybe you brought it before. I know somebody else brought that before. That's one that's getting really, really fun to get better at. So every time, I always say, I mean, don't get me wrong. Discovery is like one of the best things about this place. But, if you bring back some of the classics, or some new ones rather, I can make them go into my brain better. I love it. Euphilia, thank you so much for that. My goodness. And Deshauna, thank you so much for this. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. And I hope you're doing all right. I loved it. Thank you so much. Here we go. It's a big one. It's a big one.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
Deshauna, thank you so much for that. Holy cow. Oh, boy. What a way to keep this set going. And Randy's got some shenanigans going on because Ned is going to bed. Oh, it's Father's Day. It's Father's Day, guys. And we're having some gamely privileges right now. We're going to take in the privileges of the gamely because Ned is about to head to bed. Deshauna, thank you so much for that. My goodness. I hope all is well. Well enough. At least, where you are at, my friend. Randy, thank you for this. Ned, thank you for this.
Time into the day, and after all the violence and double talk, it's just a song ain't only trouble and the strife. You do the walk, yeah, you do the walk of life. You do the walk of life.
Magic 95 3-day weather. that, Randy. Look at those trio. Look at that trio of dads. It's a net anthem forever. Exactly. Magic. With a J. Oh my gosh, I love it here. Spices, my gosh, I love it here. And then taters, and then turtle, and then coop, my gosh. So many wonderful requests to get through. I cannot wait. Let us keep this party going. My goodness. Randy, thank you for that walk down memory lane. Father? Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for being here. My goodness. Spices, let's keep this party going. What a cool tune. Dude, that was so awesome. A wicked fight indeed. I wish there was a wicked victory. I'll have AI make it. What can AI make anyway?
Jeff, no vex. Jeff, Randy Sandals. Jeff, pajama torture. Jeff, Doctor steal your face. Jeff, okay, potatoes. Jeff, Larissa, Jeff, McCoy. Jeff, let flow, Jeff, Vigo. Jeff, Pablo, Jeff, Mara. Jeff, Gustavo, Jeff, Naco Busto. Jeff, Gentleman, Jeff, Jovi, Ray, Jeff, Turtle Wax, Jeff, Toros. Jeff, Deal, Jeff, Retro Runner. Jeff, Faithful Fraud. Jeff, Retro Foul. Jeff, Skeletor. Jeff, Nickel G, Jeff, Zaddy, Holly, Sonia. There's only one place to be on Thursday nights, and you know where it is.
Or even Sunday.
It's at North X Place with the Gam Fam.
You know, it'd be something along the lines of that. Spices, thank you for that, dude. That was so fun. My goodness. Okay, potatoes. Taters, you're here on a Sunday. It's not a normal Thursday.
Jeff?
What is San Francisco?
No. Jeff?
What is Jeff?
Right again.
What is Narthex?
No, I'm sorry.
Taters, where are we going on this Sunday? Spices, I love that. Thank you so much for being here, dude. Hope you're doing well. Oh, no. Should have had it in rhythm. all know that Palamedes is dad in potato.
Yes, have some.
Tartars. Switching it up on us this evening, young man. Thank you so much for switching it up on us this evening. That was an absolute treat, and I want to dance to that one again. This one, too. You've played Music 4 before, right? You've done this one. Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. Anyways, it's so good. It's just so good. We got actual requests to get through, like Turtle. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if you're aware. I am not sure if you guys are aware, especially for you newcomers this evening. And there have been so many lovely newcomers this evening. Thank you. First timers and first raiders. So many delightful new folks here. But when Turtle Wax is here...
It's dangerous!
See? Activision was indeed the developer for Venetian Blinds Simulator on the Atari. I thought about just like taking the logo out and just having that pleasant rusty orange. What would you call that color of the wall? Oh dear.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
That means it's time to keep it moving. Time to keep moving. I freaking love it here. Turtle. It's loud. And I'm glad. Yes! And I'm glad! Glad. I'm glad that there's the that Spaceballs 2 is happening. I just like the possibility of some more silly shenanigans. More Rick Moranis. I mean, if there's anything that this world honestly needs more of, it's Rick Moranis.
Yes, have some.
So, in the meantime, Coop, I hope you're still hanging with us. My goodness, thank you for being here on a Sunday. We've had a lot of newer folks who have been sticking around, and I really, really appreciate it. Coop, you being one of them, man. I am just delighted that you have continued to hang out with us. So thank you so much for being here on a Sunday. Let us go. Oh, sorry about that.
Father?
Turtle Wax, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And happy Father's Day to you, sir. Coop, thank you. Thank you for that. What a fun choice. Like, you're saying you're trying not to repeat the style too much. I mean, Coop, I know nothing really about that. I mean, you are teaching me the ways of this series, so that was a wonderful new insight to what those games have to offer. So yeah, if you want to keep making them diverse, keep doing that. If you want to keep the same style, keep the same style. There is no pressure to do anything other than keep bringing me the jams. That's the pressure. Just bring them at all. My goodness, what an absolute treat. Yeah, Randy, I think you're right. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at this. We've got red-haired chick. We got Ariel 001 with a sound effects only request. And then Bumble and Beat and Randy. This is the best. Let's just keep this party going. My goodness. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. And yeah, I do feel like it's nice to close out a weekend with a dram stram. It's pretty fun. It's kind of fun to do it this way. Red-haired, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're still chilling with us. If not, thanks for being here at all. Let us go.
Father?
red-haired. Perfect pick. And thank you so much for the little bits. Perfectly in rhythm. All of that. Like, it landed perfectly in rhythm with the song. That was unbelievable. My goodness, just so much fun. So much fun. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Oh, my gosh, we've got sound effects only next. 001. Ariel, I have no idea what we're doing here. Red-haired chick, I loved everything that we did there. Thank you so much. That was so fun, and it just went right in. Holy crap. Oh yeah, and Coop, totally. Well, here, let's just. It's gonna be a little bit of a loosey-goosey night tonight. We're gonna get through this last thing. Meg's not going to bed right away. Coop, yes, I absolutely do chill streams. I don't do them very often just because I feel like more often than not, statistically, the normal streams are people want those more. And then when there's a chill stream, it's just like, oh yeah. It's usually like every 6 streams, maybe 7. There's like 5 or 6 of them a year. Maybe I should do them more often. Maybe I should put that to a vote in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord... Ah! That's the one. Larry! Larry's here? Oh my goodness. Larry! I missed you in the chat. I'm so sorry. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the good luck. It should be a good time. It'll be a lot of fun. It's Summerfest in Milwaukee. It's fun every single time. It's just great. Wisconsin rules because people just show up. It's like, oh, Oh. I almost did this at the end, but I didn't want it to reflect the song choice. The song choice was perfect.
Terrible shot!
Just for me messing around. And that was the perfect way to play that song, because you cannot play that song on the drums. That is not a song to play on the drums. So, perfect way to do it. Thank you so much for doing the sound effects only. That was so much fun. It is always a treat to try different things. That's another thing I'm not like... because it doesn't happen very often, I don't have a ton of like rhythmic things. Every once in a while, like the Yah Wahoo Woohoo, thankfully was right in rhythm, or rhythm enough. Anyways, I can... Let's play a couple more. Thanks, everybody, for sticking around. To those of you who have, my goodness. We got Bumble, we got Beat, we got Randy, and then, we probably got Zero as well. We probably do. Bumble, I know we had the end last time with the Batman. Was it truly? Yeah. Bumble, thank you for that. That was wonderful. And yes, I do believe that is from the old Life Force universe, extended universe. I might have that one on vinyl, I can't remember. Or it's out there.
Just a minute.
My goodness, you guys are the best. Thanks for bringing the best tunes, and thanks for letting me just zone out there for a bit and just kind of lock in. I love it. Drums are fun, guys. Video game music is fun, guys. All y'alls, every single one of yous. Beat knows exactly what they're doing. Every single time. Thank you so much for that, Bumble. What a treat. Mama Rob is off to bed. Thank you, Mama Rob, for being here. My goodness. We love you. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for marrying my dad. Well said, Randy. Hey, Mama, thanks for marrying my dad. Wonderful. Wonderful. Speaking of wonderful, Beat, that was wonderful. That was so good. Thank you so much for bringing Resident Evil 4, like, so is that where all those different sections were? Is that, like, does that, like, escalate? Does the music, like, go with, like, the difficulty of the targets? I hope so. If not, regardless, it doesn't matter. That was wonderful. Randy. And then Zero. I don't know, and then maybe me again. We're just having fun here. We're just having a good time here. Beat, thank you for the good time here. My goodness, thank you. Randy, Randy, thank you for that. Different kind of dads. My gosh. Zero, take us home. For real. Randy, thank you for that, man. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-do. Bucky O'Hare, man. Sheesh.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
Thanks for being here, everybody. What a wonderful time. Zero, yeah, Bucky O'Hare soundtrack is just so good. I have not played the game. Interesting, though. That is a very interesting way of making a hard game a bit easier. I love that. Tiber, my goodness, thanks for sticking around, dude. How the heck are you? Deshaun is still here. Randy, Zero. Thank y'all. There's got to be some other dad we can raid. There's got to be. Some kind of dad to raid. You guys are the best. Thanks so much. Oh, Bob Ross is going. Happy little weekend marathon. He's a dad. R.I.P. Bob. Oh. Wait, what? Pajama Torture streaming. With Larry? Thanks for being here, everybody, on a random Sunday night. I really appreciate it. What a lovely, lovely time. So many wonderful requests and some new folks who we probably would not have met this evening had we not hung out together on a Sunday. Larry, thank you for being here. Looks like we're coming to check you guys out right now, Larry. What a fun time. Yes. Let's hang. I am stoked. Zanya, thank you so much for being here. Yes, and thank you. A great week ahead to everybody. There's some Operation Tango going on here with Jamma and Larry. Let's go say hi. Because spoiler alert, they're rad as heck. Durr. I love you all. Happy Dad's Day. Happy just day to everybody. Thanks for having a day here. Larry Koopa, Tiber, yeah, exactly. Love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. We'll probably do VGM Monday tomorrow, but probably not a drum stream on Thursday. Definitely not, in fact. I love you guys. Bye.